Hi, welcome back to the sports breakdown. So today we are going to do the post-match analysis of the first 2020 between Sri Lanka and South Africa. So yesterday was pretty awful from Sri Lankan batsmen. I think the batting was continued as I said on the. Oh, sorry, um, I'm unmuted on YouTube. So sorry. Yeah. So yes, I brought along Dimansa over here, who's following Sri Lanka cricket very closely, a diehard Sri Lankan cricket fan, and also is an analyst on the TCA right now. So like the page. Also, the next week might be like my last week for cricket content, so I'm really not sure what's going to happen after the 2020 series for South Africa. So hope things will go well. But let's see what happens. Yeah. But let's focus. Let's quickly do a short post-match analysis on the first 2020, and then move on with the 2020 squad for the World Cup. Yeah. So Dim, yesterday, what happened to Sri Lanka? I don't know. Starting
it,
along in the
in
first few overs of
in all three departments we failed miserably. And that was so difficult. It was so difficult to watch that. For our batting, once again, only one person contributed, and that was Chandimal. And I'm really happy he did, because now his spot in this World Cup team is more and more assured, and he's probably going to make the playing 11, which I'm really happy about. But there was obviously some people like Bhanuka Rajapaksa and um some concerns in this team playing 11 right now, like Akila and stuff. And we can talk about that later, Pawan.
yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
For
Yeah.
me, I think Bhanuka Rajapaksa, this is his third duck in this both ODI and T20 series, and that is just really concerning. I think he's a good player, but right now he's not in form. And if you're not in form, you should not be playing.
I agree. Yeah. I don't understand why did Shanaka bowl Teekshana in the opening overs, because he really struggled and he considered 14
Yeah,
runs in the second over, and then he should have been given the ball when the ball got old, like during the eighth or ninth over. Perhaps he could have given him at least in the middle stages, and then perhaps given Asaranga to bowl in the initial stages. I mean, in the
he,
first in the power play.
he was
So was
bowling
that
that
wrong?
carom ball way too much, and you could see the Mark Boucher was analyzing that, and they've got to read it so quickly. And I know he was also bowling very short yesterday. I don't know what happened yesterday. I think maybe the grip of the ball. I think it was really slippery, the ball, I think.
Hmm.
And I think that really contributed to the poor fielding. Even South African fielding wasn't the best yesterday.
Why
But
didn't Tikshana ball his? I mean, didn't ball his stock delivery that
yeah,
much. We only saw
I
him bowling like one or two off breaks, I think, during his four overs, and then that came into effect, especially in the last over that he bowled. But he was overusing his carom ball, which
yeah, and
made South.
people can read so easily
Yeah,
now. It's overused.
yeah, I agree. Talk about Markram's innings. I mean, the opening partnership. I think there was a 73-run partnership yesterday between Reza Hendricks and Quinton de Kock, and then about Markram. Now he was just confirmed as a Punjab Kings player. Now he's replacing David Malan. So how good news is this for Markram, especially right
Yeah,
now?
it's very big news. And now I think for him, there's going to be confidence going to the next two games. Especially getting selected now. I think he's going to be a really, really threatening person for us, and we need to get him out as soon as possible.
Mm, very true. Yeah. Yes. Were you impressed? Was there one batsman besides Markram you were impressed with the South African lineup? Probably QDK or Reza Hendricks or David Miller?
I
I
mean,
don't know.
for me, the batting, I mean, except Markram, nothing really stood out for me. I think more than that, it was their bowling. I don't really, that batting, I mean, yes, it was only the top three. I mean, after that, it wasn't really much.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think 163 was a pass score. I think
It,
our
it,
Premandas
it,
usually, I
it was
think,
you should have chased. I mean, for us, we should have chased that. It wasn't their brilliant bowling. It was our reckless batting yesterday. It wasn't the most best. Yeah.
Moving on with the bowling, I think Vanidu Hasaranga, I think, was the most consistent over here. 2 for 23 4 overs. I think they should have bowled him in the power play because he can
Yeah.
adapt and bowl anywhere. I mean, he can even play in the ball in the power play, or even in the middle overs, or even in the death overs. But Theekshana is a big concern. And Akila Dhananjay, I don't
And
know why
Charmika,
did they
I
play
mean,
Akila Dhananjay yesterday.
Akhil, yeah, yeah. See, he's one of the people I do not want to see going into this World Cup. If he comes on, I don't know what he'll do. I think it's the fact that he's changed his action. I think after that he's been very, 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 like, not very useful. Before that, like with his action before that, he was pretty useful.
Hmm.
And Charmica, giving 24 runs in 2 overs. He wasn't good even yesterday, which was quite shocking.
Yeah. I also want to ask this question. I asked Zora also on the cricket analyst yesterday. Why did Chanaka bowl himself in the 18th over without bowling himself early in the power plays? Usually, he's generally, effective when it comes to power plays. We saw that in the Indian
Yeah.
2020 series when he got a great catch. Of his fielding, of his bowling. Why doesn't Chanaka believe himself in himself and trust himself to bowl those 4 overs as a bowler?
I think for him, I think he considers himself as a part-time bowler more so. So he wants to give other people a go. But I think even in that 1 over, he only gave 6 runs. If he bowled like that in previous overs, I think that would have been really effective. I think it's just like a captaincy thing, just give it to the youngsters, see what they can do.
Hmm, I agree. There's no standouts. I don't think, except for Hasaranga. I think no one
Yeah,
impressed you, right?
yeah, Hasaranga was, yeah, he was okay. Like, it wasn't the best thing ever, but other than Hasaranga, there was no one that really impressed me in this bowling.
Yeah, I agree.
And now we move to the most
How this
pathetic
Sri
batting
Lankan
lineup
batting?
you've ever seen in your life.
Any explanations of this, except for your favorite
Except
wicket
Chandi.
keeper, Chandimal? How do you
Yeah,
rate his innings
I'm so
yesterday?
happy this happened because now Mickey is much more confident in him and he's going to be selected for the playing 11 in the World Cup, I hope. For me, I was actually quite concerned that he was going to open because I've never seen him like at that batting at that position, but he clearly did really well. Yeah, and people were saying that his strike rate was bad, but for me that's still fine, especially when wickets were going everywhere around him. He
Hmm.
held that innings, and that comes with experience, and he's very
Are you a
crucial.
bit worried about Avishka Fernando? Like, his consistency right now, it's a bit of a concern. He did well in the LPL, we know that, and then he did okay in the individual league, and then when it comes to India, also he did okay, but
Yeah,
he seems to be
and then
struggling in the South Africa series a bit, and they need that opening partnership, especially when Chandimal was going along yesterday. None of these batsmen contributed whatsoever yesterday.
for me, the most shocking was Asalanka. I mean, that was so shocking to see from him. He's a T20 batsman. He's the one who can get going from first ball. I don't know what happened. I think it was just that pressure building up for him, and
I think he had an
yeah,
awful game. I think I don't
it's just
think.
a bad day in general for
Yeah,
Sri Lanka cricket.
yeah, I agree. I agree
And
very
once
much.
again, Dasun. I mean, I don't see him getting a 50 anytime soon in any in the ODI or this format. And also bringing DDS before Charmika. That was the thing that
Would you make
probably.
any batting changes? Would you
Yeah, I
make
mean,
change his
yes,
batting order right now?
yes, I would.
How to set the rules?
DDS
Yeah.
needs to come up right to the top because he cannot bat at the later overs. He needs to go right to the top. And then Banuka, I don't want to see him playing next game. Charit, yeah, that's fine. I think Charmika should come before Dasun, I think, and Hasaranga. He can play that. And this is a T20 game. If it's like the 12th over, he can still do something. So for me, I want to see Charmika batting higher and DDS way higher. You can't bring him in that late.
I want to show this Twitter about Dinesh Chandimal. Okay, Ruchi says hello. Yeah, hello. If you want, you can join
Yeah,
Ruchi.
Ruchi,
Thank you
join
for
us.
viewing. Yeah, thank you for coming for the DC Delhi Capitals team preview today. I want to show this from a tweet here about Chandimal. This says, let's rest Chandimal's argument with one final innings. Chandimal has 6 20 half centuries. 5 of them are on a losing cause. Only one win came against UAE. It should simply let us know in 51 innings, he never played a match winning knock. In 40 innings, his strike rate is less than 120. How do you counter this, Dim?
I need to read it again. This is a lot of information.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I've zoomed it in. Yeah.
Yeah. 60 20 half centuries.
Viewers, you can also read it and then
Only
comment
only
down.
one win came in. Should simply let us know in 51. He's never played a match winning knock in 48. Yeah, I mean, okay, this is the okay. When was these? Yeah, look at the dates. Okay, yes, these dates. I mean, these are 2016, 2011s and stuff. This is his new comeback. I see him coming back. This is going to be his World Cup, and I can guarantee you that. Look at these. These are old dates. You can't really compare 2016 match to a
But I think
2021 match.
2021 he played
That's
for
the
West Indies.
66.
I think that one match he scored a half century. And they still
Oh
lost. I
yeah,
think this year. Yeah.
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 For me, Chandimal, especially in the ODIs, for him, his role is like DDS as well, to anchor that innings, to hold his wicket. He can do that. And I've
Uh,
actually never
but
seen him.
his strike rate is a bit concerning. That's
Yeah,
what
it is
I'm
very concerning.
saying.
Even this match, it was really concerning. But I don't
Yeah,
know.
so that's the issue. I think he should probably play at number three. That's what
Yeah,
I would like to see. Yeah,
I don't want to see him open. I think that
but
that not. I was going to. I mean, initially I was going to say Barnacle open with Avishka, but now I don't want Barnacle in the squad anyway. So now this number two spot becomes a really big concern because Minod Barnacle is not in the squad for the World Cup. So who is that number
yeah,
two
we'll
role?
explain about that in one
Yeah.
second.
Okay.
Don't reveal too much. Yeah. Would you want to see Chamika bat at number six instead of Dasun Shanak and
Yeah,
Vanu
I
Hasaranga
want
right
I
now?
want Charmika to go right up above Dasun. He can play that innings, and especially in T20, there's limited overs. He can go out there and do it. Yesterday we could have done it, but he he came in too late. I think if we brought him in earlier, this we could have won this. He
Hmm.
came in like the 17th over, I think. I can't
17th,
remember.
yeah, when
Yeah,
I think Hasaranga got out in the 16th over, yes, then
and
only
yesterday
Chamika
the
came
way
in.
DDS got out, I mean, and that looks like he got on out on purpose or something because there wasn't much try into that shot at all. I don't know what he was doing.
Also, I want to take this comment on Rohan. Good captaincy by Maharaj on debut. How good was Maharaj? I mean,
He's
on his
just
2020 debut and captaining this side to a victory yesterday for South Africa.
right from the ODI series. He's just been a brilliant captain. I mean, he showed that fight. He's taken these youngsters. He's guided them, and that's the captain you need. And I think in the World Cup, he should be the captain,
Yeah.
no matter what
Yeah.
happens.
I don't like to talk much about Mickey Arthur, but I am simply not happy about this statement
Yeah,
that is told about Mahesh Tikshna yesterday from some other person.
yeah.
Mickey Arthur, for a
He said,
second.
let's not
Yeah,
analyze or
he's
something.
saying, can we hang on
Yeah,
analyzing him too much before the World Cup, please? Why would he go and say these sort of statements
yeah.
towards people? I don't have any clue
He.
whatsoever.
I don't know, and let's not talk about Mickey Arthur because we could be here
Yeah,
for a long time.
yeah. Hopefully he resigns this December and then gives it to someone else. The
Let's
job, yeah.
hope.
Yeah, talking about the bowling, I mean, interesting from South Africa. They went with six proper batsmen, if I'm not
Yeah, yeah.
mistaken. They left out
You have
Wasim
Miller.
Aziz yesterday, which was very surprising for
Yeah,
everyone.
for me, I was gonna say he was gonna be man of the series. For me, I love Van der Dusen. He plays spins brilliantly. Out of anyone there, he is the one who can play spin
Do
brilliantly.
you see him in the playing 11 for South Africa, even though he
Yeah,
was dropped in the first
I see
2020?
him. Yeah, yeah. Next match, he's yeah, definitely.
Hmm. Yeah, because I think they went with
In,
five proper batsmen from Pretorius.
mm,
I think their batting order.
yeah,
About
because for
Maharaj,
the
I see one weakness with Maharaj is that he picks too many all rounders. I see that happening with
yeah, because they
Maharaj.
have even in the ODI they had really little batting, and after that it was all rounders. So if the top, I
Yeah.
mean, if the top three didn't contribute yesterday, they would have been in trouble too. So
Hmm.
yeah, Rohan says, what changes for second T20 by Sri Lanka?
Let's talk about the South Africa bowling before going
Yeah,
that. I'll take Rohan's comment over there. But who won the battle between Shamsi and Hasaranga yesterday? I think definitely Hasaranga won that
Hasaranga.
battle,
Yeah,
even though they lost. Yeah. But
yeah.
interesting from South Africa, Pretorius was good. Maharaj is very impressive on his 2020 debut as well. I was
Yeah, I mean,
asked,
on a debut and a cap, as it's your debut and you're the captain. I mean, that's really special. You can go out there and do something like that.
Hmm, very true, very true.
Fortune, no,
Yeah,
fortune.
Fortuin also did really well yesterday, which we didn't expect. I think they got the turn more than Sri Lankan spinners, except for Hasaranga. I think both Fortuin, Maharaj, Shamsi was expensive today. Yesterday he
Yeah.
only took 2 overs, but Maharaj and Fortuin was really
Yeah, for
impressive.
me, the key bowler that stood up for me was Maharaj. Other than that, I mean, it wasn't the most impressive bowling. It was just reckless batting. So I don't. It's that not that much credit for them, except the Maharaj.
Do you agree that Aiden Markram was just announced the man of the match? Yes, I just
I
put up
no
a call on
no.
that right now. Yeah.
I, okay. I know we lost the game, but there are some cases where the losing team gets man of the match, and I think Chandimal deserved this. He did this by himself. He had to fight by himself, and if he had Charmika before him, we would have won this. And I don't understand why Markham got man of the match. I am completely. I don't know.
As Rohan said, we'll go to his question. What changes for second 2020 by Sri Lanka? Dim would what changes
Okay,
would you
yeah.
make?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
me, see, number two, I know Avishkan, someone is opening, but I don't know who that someone is. Because
I think Kusal Janit Pereira might be
is
back,
he
but
fit? I don't think he's fit for the second ODI.
no,
I
they
mean,
said
second
that he's fit.
T20.
They said that he's
Okay,
fit for the second
for me,
2020.
I don't want KJP either, but we have no options now. So I want Avishkan.
But
Hmm.
Vinod Bhanuka is still there in the squad,
Yeah,
so he
I
could.
don't like Vinod Banko. So okay, fine. If KJP is fit, I want KJP to open with Avishka, Chandimal at three, Charit. Actually, no, I would have been DDS earlier because I want him to
Hmm.
DDS at four, Charit at five, Charmik at six, Dasun at seven, Hasarang at eight, and then my three spinners, Tikshana, Praveen, and Hasaranga. Not Akila. I don't know why they dropped
Maybe
Praveen
include
yesterday.
Dusman
It's
Chamira,
just
right?
not the obvious Shamir, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously,
For
but
me,
not
I think
Akila.
I'll sacrifice one spinner for me. I think most probably
Okay.
for next game, I think I'll bring Praveen instead of Teach and I'll rest him for one game and then bring him back in the third. So for me, I'll go with Jai Vikrama and Hasaranga as my spinners and then go with Binura Fernando most probably for the second 2020 just to see how they do because they've picked Binura Fernando in that 15 member squad. So hopefully, I want to see how the Binura
Yeah,
does
that's true.
in
I
that
would
one game.
actually, yeah, I changed my answer. I want to see another fast bowler. I mean, we've already been
Yeah.
playing three spinners for a very long time,
Akila
and
should be dropped. Akila should be
Yeah,
dropped immediately.
I
I
don't know
don't
what they were
understand.
thinking yesterday. Praveen is much more useful. I don't know why Achilles even he should be
Yeah.
a reserve right now.
I would give a rest for Theekshan and bring in
Yeah,
Praveen just because of the
true.
first game. I'll bring him back for sure. He's definitely going to play in the
Yeah,
2020 World Cup no matter what. But I'll just give him a rest. He just had a awful debut, and I think he'll come back strong in the third 2020 most probably, and bring in Praveen for the second. Yeah. Let's go through the statistics of Adam Markram's batting, and then we'll move on to the squads. We'll make this short. Yeah. On Chandimal, I think most productive. We saw him playing the slug shot a lot yesterday.
hmm.
His sixes most probably. Yeah. The wagon wheel of Chandimal. Yeah. Any thoughts on that? Yeah.
I mean, it's good to see he's using most of the ground. I mean, that's great to see. But if you, it's kind of similar to Markham's. Like, apart from the place where he's hitting it, I
Hmm.
mean, everywhere
Right.
else is nearly the same. So
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, because most of Markram's shots were also on the
yeah,
offside, but Chandimal also played on the offside, but some runs also were from the leg. And I saw a big improvement from Chandimal. His strike
yeah.
rate was
He's
not good. I agree, but still he was okay.
But to be
When
able
it
to
comes,
do that in when other people are collapsing and hold his wicket, that is very hard to do, and he did that. So for me, I don't care if we lost that match, but Chandimal, that was he should have been man of the match, and that was just brilliant from him.
yeah, I agree. About Hasaranga and Maharaj, I think that was a close battle. I think Hasaranga both bowled similar lengths. Yeah, but mostly I think Hasaranga was a bit more economical than Maharaj, but I think Maharaj was the most effective bowler I think in this
Maharaj
match.
for me, yeah, for me, in terms of bowlers, Maharaj has been the most impressive.
Yeah,
Even in the
I,
ODIs, he's been really consistent.
mm. Talking about partnerships also, I think that's where I think South Africa did really well. The opening partnership, especially Quinton de Kock and Hendricks, and then Miller. Do you see Miller being a very effective player coming in the second 2020? Do you
For
see
me,
some?
I would still put him there. I know he can do something, so I would still put him there. But I want Van der Dusen in the squad too. So I don't want
So
to take Reese
we can
out.
ask what are the
Probably,
changes you'll do
yeah.
for South
Yeah,
Africa, by the
wait.
way?
Let me go and see the squad now.
Yeah, sure. Wait, I'll
Okay,
show the
wait.
South African squad, then it's easy for you. Yeah.
Gosh.
Wait. I think Van der Dusen should be back. I don't know what happened with Van der
Yeah,
Dusen yesterday.
for me, I would take him out for Klaasen. I said the same thing in the ODIs. For me, Van der Dusen should that Klaasen should be taken out and um Van der Dusen should be there. I think Van der Dusen should
I
be a
think I'll
number three.
sacrifice Pretorius also did well, so I won't sacrifice
No, wait,
Pretorius.
my play. No, I wouldn't practice Sax Pretorius either.
Yeah, Larsen is
Wait,
it's a very difficult choice to take Larsen out. Yeah, but still I think I'll stick with Quinton de Kock and Reza Hendricks. Markram at number three. Probably number four.
I got my
Bring
playing 11
some.
here. I'll I'll tell you my playing 11 with
Yeah, sure,
what
sure.
I
Go
want to
ahead.
see. I
Go
want
ahead. Go ahead.
Quinton and Markram to open. Van der Dusen at 3. Klaassen at 4. Miller at 5. Pretorius at 6. Shamsi, Linde, Maharaj, Rabada, and Needy. That's my.
Needy, I would go with Noike for me for the this thing.
Okay.
I think I agree. I agree with the squad.
Yeah.
I won't go into that much. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but Van
agree.
der
Yeah.
Dusen needs to be here. I don't know why they dropped him for the first game. I really don't get that.
Mm, yeah. You have included the class. So you dropped Risa
Yeah.
Hendricks, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Reza
Yeah, that's
Hendricks.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. So I think we analyzed on the post-match analysis very quickly. Let's go
Yes.
through the Sri Lankan squad for the 2020 World Cup. I think let's go through the list. Most probable, but they've released
No,
it in
that they've already
ESPN
released
also.
it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they already released it. Yeah, here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Thoughts on this side? I'm not really happy into
Yeah, the for me, I
Vinod
know what you're
Banka
gonna.
not being
Yeah.
included. Vinod
For me,
Banka not included in the reserves.
yeah, he's not even. Yeah, he's not even in the squad all this reasons. I don't get it. He's been playing. He's been playing decently. I mean, he's been playing all of our matches recently. Why randomly drop him for people who've never played in such a long time? I don't understand this. And in terms of
Yeah,
reserves, our batsmen are lacking. For me, we've always lacked batsmen. And if there going to be injuries, we're going to be in a lot of trouble here. If you
yeah,
go on the actual playing 11, there's not.
yeah. As you can see, Dasun
Our
Shanaka,
batting is.
Asalanka, Chamira, Chandimal, Dhananjaya, Akila
Our
Dhananjaya,
bowling is
Wanindu
now
Hassanka.
limited. We
Yeah,
have so many bowlers, like all
Nuwan
rounders.
Pradeep
But
is a reserve.
yeah,
Lahiru Madhushankar is a reserve. Lahiru Kumar is a reserve, and Pulina Taranga is a reserve. All these others are in the
I
15-member
really do
squad
want to
for
see
the.
Lahir Kumara back. I really do.
Hmm.
But they're not going to play. I think they're going to stick with three spinners, and Chamira has to be there, so he's going to be that. I think Kumara can play with can be that over bowler with Chamira. I think he can do that
But wouldn't
for
Sri
me.
Lanka go with two spinners because they have Asalanko, Dhananjay De Silva to also bowl? I mean, isn't it better if they go with Chamir and Vinura
Yeah,
Fernando in
yeah.
weight and
That's what I said.
just
We
in
need two
case?
paces. We need two paces, and because we already have spin, there's too many spinners in our team already.
Because even Kamindu
Literally,
Mendis can bowl. Even
exactly.
Kamindu,
Literally,
I
our
know
whole
his
team can
record is
bowl.
not that
Yeah,
good. Kamindu Mendis, we
yeah.
know his record is not good,
And he
but he
bowls
can
with
bowl.
two hands too. So
Yeah, that's what I know that he has bowled before, and we all were not convinced with him. I think with his average, I understand, but I think we need to give him more chances. I mean, his
yeah.
under 19 record is pretty good. I mean, when it comes to his wickets, also I know his average is not that impressive. You see, ODI his average is just 100, which is not acceptable. By 2020 so far, only 58. His first class is 36, which is okay, yeah, but not convincing. But I think he can improve his bowling quite a bit more if
For me,
possible.
it's not our bowling that concerns me. It's always been the batting that's concerning me. Because if
Yeah.
someone gets injured in this top order, we're not we're not like a team like India who has those reserves like that can proper like replace a top order player, but we don't have that, and that is very concerning. Especially we get injured a lot. So
Mm.
I'm really concerned for this World Cup if there are going to be injuries.
Why did he go with four bowlers as reserves? Why
Yeah,
didn't
that's
he
what.
include a Patum Nissanka? Why I thought Patum
Hatum's not
Nissanka
in
is
the squad.
catching a wild card. No, he's not
He's
in the
not.
squad. No, he's not even in the
No.
reserves or in the playing 15. He's been
What?
dropped.
I
Yeah.
see. He's not. After England, you just drop him. After all the overseas thing, you just drop him. You don't let him play in your country. I don't understand the logic of this. Why? I mean,
Because
he
I
could have
think he
got
played
going.
in the West Indies series. I think he was
Yeah,
doing okay. I
yeah.
mean,
That
I
exactly.
just
You can't judge him off one England series.
because of Avishka coming back, I think he's not given a chance. That's what.
I think
That's
Patum should
the
get given a
issue going
chance.
on.
He's a
Yeah,
brilliant player. I mean, if he gets see, this is the problem. The games you play, the more experience become. He's not getting any play time. So how can he? I don't understand this logic.
because he's
You
played
bring
for 2020. His average is 27, which is decent, and his 2020 also is 29 in
yeah.
domestic. And I think his ODI was. I think they're judging with his ODI. I mean, that's the thing. I think they're judge. I'm not sure whether Mickey is convinced with Patum Nisanka, which is why he's not been
Yeah, I
played.
think he doesn't have that trust in him, but everyone starts off somewhere. He hasn't played that many matches even. So you can't judge him off like that one game he played bad. Yes,
Yeah.
he's been given chances where, and this is test, right?
No,
As-
Sri Lanka versus England he played, and against India also he played one match, but then he didn't. He didn't take. I think play in that batting innings. But
Yeah, I mean,
against England he
they,
scores
they
for a bit
they
low, which is
basically went
acceptable.
it. Yeah, I mean, no one did well in that series. So I think Pathum, they based him off that Sri Lanka versus England game, and that's very unfair. Not in our conditions. We didn't even have a good team then. You can't. England were a brilliant team. You can't make a squad like that.
Hmm.
That's the problem with us.
Do you agree, Akila Dhanancha and Bhanuka Rajapaksa being in the 15? I completely disagree about both of them
Akhil and
being
Banco,
included.
see, they're both. Barnacle thing with me is he's such a good player. He's so talented, but the problem is he's not in form. And if he's not in form, you can't play. It doesn't matter how good you are. It's the same with other players, like Dasun. For me, his batting, he's a good player, but he's not in form when it comes to batting. And if he wasn't the captain, I would drop Dasun immediately. But you can't.
Hmm.
I don't know
Yeah,
what to say.
who would
Pre,
be your wicketkeeper choice? I mean, there's Chandimal and
For me, Chandimal
uh,
easily. He needs to be in that playing 11. If he's not, I don't know what they're thinking. For me,
for me,
Chandimal.
I would stick with KJP for me. I think I would rather make Chandimal as a batsman and let him focus more on his batting,
Oh, you're
and then
playing.
let.
Oh, okay, okay. You're playing both KJP and I think, yeah,
Hmm.
KJP is a better wicket keeper. Chandimal's wicket keeping is meh. It isn't the best. So I think I would agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah. Ayan over here says, please bring Malinga back in World 2020 squad. I think he
He's
doesn't
rich.
want to retire. He said
He
that he
hasn't
doesn't want to
retired.
retire from 2020, but then he said he doesn't want to officially retire also from 2020 cricket. That's
No,
what he has
Pawan.
said.
The problem is he can't do a 2 km run. He said that on his live, or else he
What,
would be in this squad. He
what did
can't
he
do the
say?
fitness test. He said he can't do the fitness test, and that's the problem.
Oh, okay. I think, yeah, that's a big
Yeah,
go. I
he's
think, yeah.
yeah,
But hope he can come. Yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
Should
yeah, but
Rajapaksa be?
I think Sri Lanka a bit concerning over here when it comes to fast bowling department. Most sorry, yeah, fast bowling. I mean, they don't have. They only have
No,
Chamir and Mirror.
for me, if you can bring, so yeah, Binura, some, I think Lahir Kumara. I mean, I wouldn't bring him in the World Cup to play a game though, because he hasn't been playing it at all. I think I would back Binura here. You need another fast bowler with Chamira, and we need that soon.
Hmm. Yeah,
For
I
you,
agree.
for the World Cup, would you go with three spinners or would you go with that two paces
I think it depends. It depends, Dimansa. It depends on the pitch that day in
pitch? Yeah,
Sharjah, and
okay,
when it's a small ground, so then probably a fast bowler might be more crucial when it comes to Sharjah. But then when it comes to Abu Dhabi, then I think they should play three spinners. So it depends on the pitch mostly,
yeah,
because you
okay,
never
yeah,
know. You never know what
yeah,
happens
yeah,
in
exactly.
Sharjah. Definitely, they can go with a second fast bowler. But I think in Abu Dhabi mostly, or even Dubai, I think they can go and risk with the three spinners. But why
Yeah.
would they go with the third spinner when they have DDS and Asalanka to bowl? They can bowl,
Yeah,
and we've
exactly.
seen
We've got so
Asalanka
many
go.
all rounders, especially DDS. He's very useful when it comes to his bowling. Pawan, there's a little bit of questions you can ask them.
Yeah. Here,
Should Raj?
Rohan said,
No,
should Rajpaksha be in 11? No, no,
for me,
I don't think
completely
so.
no. He's a good player, just not in form. I keep saying this. He can't. He can't.
Yeah.
His third duck is just no.
Ayan
He's pretty
says
much.
here, please bring Lasat Malinga back to squad for 2020. He's a
He's
legend.
not.
India also brought all players back like Ashwin. That's
No,
why I'm
for
saying Sri
no,
Lanka didn't go for a wild card. I mean, Sri Lanka,
no.
like
Yeah,
England brought Thymal Mills. Australia brought Josh English. India brought Ashwin, and yeah, they brought him Ashwin. Who else? Pakistan brought in all these Khusjil Shah and all these players back,
but
new
for
players back.
me, for me, Malang, if he comes, he first of all he hasn't played, probably hasn't played cricket in a while now. He's not in form, and his fitness is a very big issue. I think his bowling is not as good as what it used to be.
Yeah, that's because
As
he
we
didn't
think.
train. That's the thing.
Yeah,
That's the
exactly. I
thing.
mean, if he did, like, but now you can't bring him. It's way too late. You know, I told you.
Dipanshu says, I told you, Pawan, Sri Lanka
Yeah,
need one proper 2020 batsman. You said no, they are fine. When did I ever say that,
I
Dipanshu,
don't
that
think
they need one proper 2020
we need.
batsman? Right
I
now,
think
I
that
think
one.
Harik Asalanka is that one proper
Yeah,
2020
but
batsman they need.
same. But
Yeah.
he's been struggling. You can't just have one T20, but it's a
You can't
T20
just
game.
judge him from one game. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
you
And
can't
Zola
judge
said
him
that
exactly.
tennis, you can't just judge him from one
Yeah,
game. They rotate. I
he
mean,
just had a bad
Vicky
game.
just said. Mickey Arthur just said that he won't make Asalanka go back to number 4 or number 3 and change that order. He's going to be fixed at number 5. But still, I think Dimansa is loading over here. But still, as Dipansu is saying, Asalanka went to number 5, was gone to number 4. So I don't understand on that. Yeah. Dimansa, I'll bring you back. Please sort out. Yeah. Rohan over here says Chandimal and DDS similar players. Yes, I agree. I agree. But the thing is, the for me, I think both will be crucial. I mean, both will be crucial. Dipanshu says here, sorry, Pawan, Asalanka is great talent for EDI, but not for 2020, I guess. Dipanshu, I think you have to be a bit patient, Dipanshu. This was just Thalit Asalanka's. We saw how we did in the third 2020. They can't always be consistent, Dipanshu. That's the thing. Asalanka will come back. Asalanka will come back stronger for the second 2020. I see that happening. I think coming to Mendes will be a better option more than Charit Asalanka for me, but I'm not sure whether he'll be in the playing 11. That's the issue. As you said, my playing 11 for Sri Lanka, it will be Avishka and Kusal Janit easily. Number 3, I want to see Dhananjay De Silva. Number 4, I want to see Dinesh Chandimal. Number 5, I want to see Charita Salanka. Number 6, I want to see Chamika Karunaratne come up the order. Number 7, Jasun Shanaka captain. Manidu Hasaranga at number 8. Chamira Jayavikrama, Chamira Jayavikrama or a Tikshana. It depends. It depends on the day. And number 11, probably Binura Fernando. Yeah. Did I go with Chamika? Yeah. So Dimansa is here.
Sorry, my battery
Hello.
died.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no problem, no problem. I was just speaking about my player. Dipansu says here, sorry, Pawan, Asalanka is great talent for EDI, but not for 2020, I guess. What would
No, he's
you?
a proper T20 batsman. For me, Aslanki is a proper, like, even in the ODI game, he gets going from ball one. For me, he is a T20 player. It's just one game he had bad, you know? Everyone has a
Yeah,
bad
that's
game.
what I was just explaining to
Yeah.
Dipansu over here. Because we'll go through his 2020 average also. I think it's not that bad. Let's see.
Did you
25 average
answer?
is okay. Yeah.
No, I was gonna ask. Did you answer Rohan's question about Chandimal and
Yeah, yeah,
DDS?
I did, I did,
Yeah,
I did.
I
I
agree.
did.
I completely agree with that. That they play the same role in terms of what they do in the batting lineup. They have to do the same thing. They both anchor that innings and steady that innings, and that's why they should be at number 3.
Hope Sri Lanka will qualify for semi-finals. The tough question over
For
there.
me, I see Sri Lanka playing Pakistan in the finals.
Wow. I thought that you went with England
Yeah,
versus Pakistan in the
yeah,
final.
but that's because I didn't have confidence. But now I'm gonna go with Sri Lanka Pakistan final.
Okay, good. Great. Let's go through the fixtures of Sri Lanka also. I think we went through before. I can't cover the first game, I think, of Sri Lanka, but I definitely can't cover the qualifiers, as you know. Yeah, I'm a bit busy next month, but I'll try to do the Sri Lankan games. Right now, they've only put the qualifiers over here. I think they easily will win this. Let's see if they have the. They've only released the qualifiers right now. Okay. So sorry. Yeah. First game, I think it's this game. I think the TB8 versus TBA Group One. If Sri Lanka does qualify first in the Group A, which I think will happen,
Yeah,
I think Sri Lanka will play against either Oman or Scotland. I think they'll win that game. But the first proper game I think I might be able to cover is Australia's game. Most likely it will be Australia versus Sri Lanka will be the first game. Hopefully definitely Sri Lanka will finish top of their
mm.
group, qualifiers group.
They
So
have to.
definitely I'll cover this game if I can. Yeah, Australia versus Sri Lanka when I come back. Yeah. Dipansu over here says, Dimansa, please do one prediction. Sometimes you say Pakistan versus England
Yeah,
final.
I'm
Now
sorry.
Sri Lanka versus
I'm
Pakistan
sorry. I'm
final.
sorry. For me, my final prediction is Pakistan versus Sri Lanka final.
For me, I go with the England versus India. If, Indian fans can be happy. I go with the England
No,
versus
you
India.
can't go with them too. I hate when I want the underdogs to win. It's more fun that way. Oh, and
I
go with
know it's
something more
fun,
fun.
but I don't
India,
see
England.
this
Okay,
happening. I
okay.
don't
For
see
me,
this happening.
realistically, I see India, England final. Okay, but what I'm going with is the underdog teams. I want Pakistan, Sri Lanka to be in the final. Not saying
If
it will
I'm going
happen.
with an underdog thing, then most probably this is going to be hard. Uh, I go with the New Zealand versus Pakistan final, I see. If I'm talking not realistically, I'm going with the New Zealand versus Pakistan
Yeah, but
final.
New Zealand's a strong team. They just lost to Bangladesh in their own.
No, that's a B team, Dimansa. You can't compare that
Yeah,
team.
but why
They
are they
don't have
playing this
Kane
B team?
Williamson. They don't have
Ah, okay,
Trent
okay,
Bolt.
okay,
They
okay.
don't have those kind of players who are playing in Bangladesh, and the pitches are awful over there in Bangladesh. Australia
Okay.
versus Sri Lanka. I think Sri Lanka can create upset over here. First match, I think Sri Lanka will win. Here, Dipansu says thanks, Pawan, but Dimansa crying emojis. Okay, I can I don't want to comment over there, but Australia versus Sri Lanka. If Sri Lanka finishes top in the qualifiers, do you see Sri Lanka beating Australia
With the
based on
current form
current?
Australia's in, I think we have a good chance. I mean, I don't see why not.
I think we are beating Australia.
I
I'm
think we're
very
beating them
confident.
too. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But South Africa versus Sri Lanka, this is going to be interesting. For the
Ooh.
2020, it's a
Yeah,
bit of
this.
a concern. I think we might lose. I think sometimes I see that happening. We might lose to South Africa, but I think we'll beat West Indies. I think we can. We'll definitely lose to England, no matter what.
Yeah,
I
that
think
like
we
that you
have a chance
can't.
with
It's obvious.
England.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
England's the strongest squad right here. I mean,
but West Indies, we have a
and
chance. We
India.
have a chance against West Indies. I think. I think we'll finish third. Okay. If it's underdogs to win, why not PNG or Nambia to get through? Come on, Rohan. Even you didn't know about the Papua New Guinea captain when Zora asked Aryan yesterday. So, and you're talking about Papua New Guinea and
Yeah,
Nambia
but
right now. They
Pawan,
have,
I mean that could be good. Imagine just like that would be like a dream. Imagine that. You know.
yeah. Nikhil, my friend here says, please sub to my channel. Yeah, sure, sure. I will do that once this is over. Yeah. Dipansu says here, guys, I'm seeing West Indies in final looking as squad. I don't want West Indies in the final. If, in my opinion,
Same, same.
they won in both 2012 and 2016. I don't want to see West Indies in the final. I don't think they'll get into the final. They might probably go into the semi-finals, but I think they'll lose to India. They'll lose to India in the first semi-finals because West Indies are anyways going to finish second in the group phase. So I think
So
they'll lose
how
to
let's
India.
say we go into the other group, like we don't become like A1. We'll go into the other group, right? And we'll be
Okay,
facing like who?
India
Who
and
will be
Pakistan.
facing in the Pakistan? What are your predictions on that in case that does happen?
I don't see that happening. There's a 1% probability or a five
Okay,
percent
but if
probability
you
that will happen.
you don't know, it's
But
true.
yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Definitely, they're going to lose to India. Mm, Otherwise, we have a chance still. It's very tough. If we become second, I think no chance that we can
Yeah,
get
especially these are
get
all
both.
Asian countries. It's going to be very difficult for us.
But I don't see that happening. I'm very confident because Ireland cricket. I think they lost to
Ireland is very
Zimbabwe
good.
in the
No, but
recent.
Ireland's very good. They beat South Africa in some
That
of the
was in
matches.
ODIs. Don't
Okay, but
compare Ireland cricket with ODI and 2020
the
because
thing is,
their
it's cricket, and no
cricket
one
is
knows
good.
what can happen. Okay, anything can happen on the day.
Yeah, I mean when you're talking about
Um,
Ireland, I think wait,
Dipanshu says England has no chance. Just two spinners in UAE. What if one of them gets injured?
you can answer that. Yeah.
Pawan, you can answer that.
Uh, what was the question? I'm sorry. I'm going back with.
England has no chance. Just two spinners. The
Yeah.
same thing
So
with our
they went with
batsmen.
Adil Rashid and Moeen Ali. Yes. But Dipansu, I think the fast bowling unit of England is very strong. I think this is what England have done. I think they have gone with the strongest 15 without thinking much about the spinners. Yes, you're right. I think if one of them gets injured, they could be in a sort of a risk. But even Liam Livingston can, as you said, Dipansu, on my channel on Thursday when I spoke about the England squad, you said that he can bowl that off spin. So I think that could come into a play. And yeah, I don't think that they will struggle though. I don't think England will struggle with they have a strong fast bowling lineup. They have Mark Wood, they have they have Sam Curran as well. I don't see that happening. Yeah, but I think I'm not convinced with Ireland cricket. Let's see what the story
I'm
was
pretty
in this one.
convinced. I think. I mean, out of the three we're playing, I think that's going to be the hardest game. That's
Because
all.
I
That's
did
obvious.
think Zimbabwe did beat Ireland and won the series. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
No, no, not
Um,
off spin. He bowls leg spin.
okay, sorry, Ireland won the five-match series 3-2. Okay, so that was close, but still, no, I'm not convinced
I'm
with.
quite convinced with this team. I think
Not off spin, he bowls leg spin. Okay, thank you, Dipan. So I think I might have gone wrong there, but thanks for the information over there. But I don't think Ireland cricket. No, I think Sri Lanka will finish the top. I'm pretty much confident, 100% confident that will happen. Yeah. Finally, who's going to be your playing 11 for Sri Lanka? Did you mention your playing 11,
yeah,
Dimansa?
oh, I didn't do it. Wait, let me do that. Okay, so here's my playing 11 for the World Cup or what?
Yeah, for the World Cup.
Yeah, for the World Cup, if KJP is probably going to be ready then, Avishkan KJP opening, and Chandimal at 3, DDS at 4, Charit at 5, Charmik at 6, Dasun at 7, Hasrang at 8, Chamir at 9, Teekshana. Do I
Dikshan
want
Vidal.
Teekshana? Like, I don't want him in the first game. Maybe Praveen, and then I will go with the Binur. Depends
Yeah,
depending on I
I
don't
agree
know
with
the
you.
pitches. Yeah, yeah. So
I
I
think
don't
I
want,
agree with you. I
because we
won't
have
change
already so
anything.
many spin bowling. So I don't.
You went
Try,
DDS at number 3 or Chandimal at number 3?
I said three Chandimal.
I will switch that. I will make DDS bat at number 3 and
Yeah,
Chandimal at
the
number
problem
4.
with me is DDS. If it's number 4, DDS will come in late, and that's going to be harder for him. I
As I
think.
said, yeah, we discussed about that in the beginning, Dipan. So yeah, we know that
Yeah.
you are in Punjab. I know that. So Aryan must be happy over this news. Yeah, Markram in place of Malan in Punjab Kings, and I think Baristo and Chris Wokes also withdrew. We just did the DC and Sunrisers Hyderabad, so this is good for David Warner. He'll be back for, for Sunrisers. So this is good news. Before he gives his farewell, probably could be his last season. Yeah. What do you see in this second 2020 Dimansa? Do you see Sri Lanka winning or South Africa
Yeah,
wrapping the
yeah.
series
Look, when I
last?
always tell in T20s, I think for me personally, it's their weakest format of cricket. But I want to say that I'm going to back them up and say they're going to win the next two games somehow.
By a
Hopefully,
close match
someone's going to do
or a
something.
large margin?
Close match, very close.
Yeah,
Like
I
I'm
also
going to
agree.
go
I
with
think Sri
last
Lanka
ball
will
win.
come back.
I'm going to go with last ball win next match. It's going to be
I
last.
stick with my prediction 2-1, so I will stick with
Yeah,
that as
same.
well. So 2-1 for Sri Lanka. I stick with that, my prediction. Yeah, I think we'll end it. I think we've gone through 42 minutes. Yeah. And I think TCA cricket analysis also going
Yeah,
on. Yeah. Thank you so much, Dimansa, for coming today. Yeah.
yeah,
And we'll wrap things up. Yeah. Thank you, Dimansa, for coming back. I mean, Aman was in there as well. So thank you so much to everyone, all the viewers here, Dipansu, Rohan, Nitish just joined in. Hi, hello, Pawan and Dimansa. Yeah. As I said, we'll do the Punjab Kings and Rajasthan Royals team preview on Wednesday at 8 p.m. We'll do the second match post match analysis on Monday, hopefully, and we'll do a live watch along in the third 2020 if Sri Lanka wins the next 2020. We'll hopefully we can do that, and this might be like next week will be my last week probably doing as host in the sports analyst. But please don't unsubscribe from my on this channel. I will be back for the 2020 World Cup. I promise I'll bring you great content for the 2020 World Cup and for LPL. And thank you so much, guys, for the 500 views for Pakistan versus and India squad analysis. Thank you so much. I think I got for 600 views, if I'm not mistaken, on that. And when it comes to the polls, who deserve man of the match, 86% went to Markram and 14% went to Chandimal. So thank you for the 7 people who voted. And also, I want to thank all these people who viewed my story. I want to show this on the sports breakdown. Thank you so much for this 591 views and for 2.2k for my analysis. Yeah, and thank you so much for the support. 2.2k for views for this watch along, live watch along. 2.2k views, as you can see over here. Thank you so much, guys, for that. It was great. 27 likes on that. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, we'll end it over here. Dimansa, thank you so much once again for coming, and yeah, see you guys. Currently we are dealing with the pandemic, so please be safe. Please wear a mask, please wear a face shield. Another week there's a lockdown, there's another lockdown for another week in Sri Lanka, so hopefully things will get better in Sri Lanka. Cases are reducing, but that's sort of the same, so hope things continue. Yeah. um Thanks everyone. Just remember to subscribe. As I'm saying, please subscribe. Yeah, that thank you so much, Divansa, for reminding. Pawan, one question. I'm sorry, Nitish, I have to end it over here due to make this video short. So please subscribe to this post breakdown and please click the notification bell on as well for more content and more updates as soon as possible. Yeah, thank you so much and see you.